Let's make sure that we actually go live.
That would be useful.
Typically it is. Okay, we're live. So, Dan and I are going to be continuing our art critique for Legend of Blue Eyes. This should finish out Legend of Blue Eyes, and then going forward, we'll have to rethink how we approach this.
Right, so many of them.
To be fair, Legend of Blue Eyes is one of the bigger packs.
Oh
Most
yeah,
packs have
okay.
about 100 cards. This has like
Yeah.
120 something.
Oh man. No, yeah, I think that if we just do like even just rare and up,
Yeah, I
that's
think
that
eliminating common, that'll get rid of like half of the packs.
yeah, here looking at the Legend of Blue Eyes, yeah, that gets rid of half or maybe even more.
Although, to be
So
fair, then we would have gotten rid of Louise.
that's true. We could have some honorable mentions.
So, yeah, when it comes to that, we'll just have to have looked over them before
Yeah.
we do things. But here we go. We're picking up with Legend of Blue Eyes Part 2. We left off, we are starting on M's. So first we've got M Warrior number 1.
Um pretty meh. Like it's not
Yeah.
bad. It's just not interesting at all.
Not really. I've never been a big fan of M Warrior number 1 myself.
Nope.
So
Not
that's gonna be a meh. M Warrior number 2. I actually really like M Warrior number 2.
I was gonna say I would put him at a
He's at least a pretty good.
yeah, I would say pretty good.
Like his design is a lot more intimidating. It's a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah,
Um, I think he might have more abs.
he does. He probably does. He's got a solid 8 of them right there.
I do find it hilarious though how M Warrior 1 and 2 fuse to become Carbonala Warrior, which is like a human dude in armor,
That's weird. Why not just be M Warrior 3?
right?
Or yeah, M Warrior 3. Yeah,
With like purple skin instead
yeah,
of
that would
purple
be way cooler.
armor. I don't know. It's just something that's driven me a little nuts before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Machine Conversion Factory. Um, and that art is really dark. Let's see if there's like a different version with lighter artwork. There we go. If you look at the Legend of Blue Eyes version, it's apparently lighter than the Speed Duel version, and you can
Oh, I
actually
see.
see some more of the detail.
Right.
I still say it's a meh.
Oh yeah, I did meh or even. I guess it's not why. It's not like what is this?
No,
It's
it
just so
makes
boring.
sense
Yeah.
to a degree. It's just boring.
Yep.
Mammoth Graveyard.
I don't have a problem with it. It's cool to have a skeleton mammoth, but it's not really anything that interesting. My issue with it is that it's not a graveyard; it's a skeleton. It's
Yeah.
one. So I would almost put why or meh. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I because we're supposed to be doing it based off of artwork.
That's true.
I'm inclined to say meh
Yeah,
because, like you said, it's a mammoth skeleton. Yay!
yeah, and
They
that's
did a
it.
good job of it, but there's nothing too striking about it.
Yeah, it's cool for a mammoth skeleton, but there's no other.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I'm using a different site today, and I guess it doesn't show the translation or whatever of the
Mm,
names. It just shows like the Japanese and the Romanji. Um, so it's
mm,
not telling me what the actual translation was, but it would be interesting to see if that's supposed to be something other than graveyard.
yeah.
Okay, now we have Man Eater.
Just another, just totally so
It looks
boring.
like Kermit the Frog.
I never thought of that. It definitely is Kermit the Frog with tentacles and a flower.
Like,
That's pretty funny.
I don't know what they were thinking with this one.
Yeah, weird. Again, I would just put it in meh. It's like okay, it's a angry plant. Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
I don't get that one. Man-eater bug. This one's interesting.
This one isn't more interesting. Yeah,
Okay, let's see. Let's zoom in on that artwork for people.
it's a pretty scary looking bug.
It is. And I mean, it's got sharp teeth, it's got horns, it's got like claws,
Two
like
just giant
blade
claws
like
for hands.
blade like claws. Like this does look terrifying. This does look like it would eat you. And it
Oh yeah,
does look like a bug.
yeah. I would give it a pretty good. Like, it still isn't. I don't know. Like, still pretty simplistic in certain
Mhm.
ways, but I don't know. What you think? Pretty good
I
or
think
a
I
little
think
high?
it could get up to pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we get Misaki the legendary swordsman.
Hmm.
I actually kind of like him.
I think that he is a little generic, but his design is nice and his stance is really nice. Like it, like the.
Yeah, and do you notice the lighting?
Mm-hmm.
Not
A
only is
good.
there shadow, but there's highlight on
Mm-hmm.
his chest
Yeah,
piece. I feel like in a lot of them we don't get a whole lot of highlight. We get a lot of shadow work.
yeah, yeah.
But
I would still get. Probably still just a pretty good though. I would say. I don't know about you.
yeah,
You feeling a little higher?
I'm feeling a little higher honestly. I'm feeling like he's a great.
All right, I'm cool with that.
And honestly, it all boils down to that lighting.
Yeah, I'm cool with
Getting
that.
that lighting and that shading, it really helps him be more dynamic than a lot of the other art that we see.
Yeah, that sounds good
Metabat.
to me.
Oh, here we go. Metabat. Apparently, this guy was named Dark Napoleon.
What? That's so dope. Yeah, Dakun. Oh, yeah,
I don't understand why it was called Dark Napoleon, but
but it is pretty dope.
you know, that's a pretty good name.
Yeah. It's pretty creepy. I think I would give it a pretty good. Like the design is a really interesting. Like it's a really interesting creature design. I think.
Okay, okay.
Um, yeah, that's where I'd put it. Pretty good.
Okay, well, I probably would have gone meh, but we'll go pretty good. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I feel like I want more than just an eye
Yeah.
on the face. But I also know that's a big thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. You have, the that design of the eye is really a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got Metal Dragon.
Yeah, that thing. This is definitely a great in my opinion.
So I really like it, although I will say it does look like the dragon is just like a subway train.
Well, when I was first looking at it, I'm like, "Whoa, is that a subway train?" I'm like, "Oh no, it is just metal."
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing where it at first glance it looks like a subway train, but then you notice, oh wait, no, those aren't cars; those are just plates of metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With it being not a sub, I think it's still great though. But
Did
if
you
it
think
was
it
a
was better
subway,
when you thought it was a subway train?
yeah. I mean, how cool would it be to have a subway turn into a dragon?
Could you imagine being a passenger and then all of a sudden it turns out you're riding a dragon? You're in like
That
the
would be.
belly of a dragon
Oh yeah. Well, it'd be pretty cool. I'd be pretty excited.
until the digestion started.
That's true.
He does look good though, and his background is less generic than the others. Although you can tell that is definitely like a free use Sky
Oh
piece of
yeah.
art that they got. You can tell that that's like it's not quite clip art, but
Mm-hmm.
but that does help give it a little extra something compared to the generic color that so many of these have.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, how would you pronounce this one?
Hmm. I feel like say that. Is Miseru Mizeruzami?
Sounds good
Zame?
to me. I have no idea how to say it.
Yeah.
One mi,
Mizeruzame. Yeah.
Miseruzami or something like that, I guess. Miseruzame, maybe? I don't know.
Um, I would put this. This is already great because it is a dolphin with a bunch of spikes and a rocket on its belly. Like, what more could you ask for from a dolphin?
So I'll
Um,
be honest, it wasn't until I got a better look at this artwork here online. I did not notice before today that it has like a missile on its belly. I honestly thought that that was like its mouth or something.
oh, I see. I see.
And so, okay, yes, no, it is now a lot cool. Like I thought the eye or the spikes on its belly, it has those like two spikes there. I thought those were eyes or something.
Uh, Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I see
So
what you're
I
talking about.
completely misunderstood this piece. So yeah, no, this is a lot cooler than I thought it was.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, no, dolphin with spikes, a very sleek design. Like it's not the pronounced, very curved snout, but it's more of a
Mhm.
beak, a sharp
Yeah.
beak. The spikes, the fins look awesome.
Oh
It
yeah,
does
on the
have
tail
a
also.
rocket launcher, so that makes it cool.
I don't know where it keeps its ammo for more rockets, but it's cool. Or who loads it.
So
But
here's
it's
the question: is this a great or is this an amazing?
I think it's still it's pretty close to amazing, but I think maybe just a great.
Okay, great it is. Real quick, I'm seeing here its original name was Nile.
Nile. Hmm.
So, like the Nile River.
Yeah, interesting.
Monster Egg. I think this
Mm.
guy's kind of cute.
He is pretty cute. I would put him in the pretty good area only because he's a little cute and his eyes are really detailed.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's just an egg with some scary eyes.
Yeah,
Like actual,
I kind of wish he had like legs popping out too.
yeah, or maybe like I don't know, something like he needs to. It's just a very generic picture. It's just like, oh, here, let me take just a profile picture of you. Paching. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I do enjoy the description though, where it talks about how it fights by flinging eggshells.
That is cool. I just
So,
realized that it looks like all these monsters are just getting passport pictures done. A lot of them. And all right, I guess that brings us to.
okay, Monster Reborn.
All right, so that I know of, it's mostly always been a common, right? It hasn't been a rare.
No, it was originally in Legend of Blue Eyes. It was an ultra rare.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're
It
right.
was an ultra rare when it was first released. Since then, it's been reprinted so many times that I'm sure it's hit just about every rarity out there.
That's true.
Um, but yeah, it apparently the translated name was Resurrection of the Dead. So,
Mm.
uh, I I struggle with Monster Reborn with the TCG art.
Mm.
Because it's like, what is this? Because they didn't want to do any kind of religious symbolism or anything like that. So it can't be a cross. It can't be an Ankh, which is what it was in the OCG. It was just an Ankh, which
Mm.
was very appropriate. It's just kind of like this decorated weird thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, I guess I see it as just like a really cool relic that
Okay.
powers, and so it's like I use this thing to. I really like. I've always liked it. I think that it's a really pretty item
Mm-hmm.
and thing. What heavily detailed. So like, I would have given it a great, but if you're not feeling it, we can a pretty good would be okay. I would be okay settling there.
It's a thing where it is very detailed. You are right there. Like, there's no denying. There's a lot of detail that went into the artwork for this card. Um,
But not knowing what it is, yeah, I'm fine with that.
it's the loss of symbolism, kind of
Yeah.
just gets me. And it's hard on these spell and trap cards because there's no way to explain any kind of lore or anything.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like, oh, this is, an artifact used to raise, that people have used to raise people from the dead. Oh man. I'll give it the great. I'll give it the great.
Oh yeah. Okay. I would have settled that pretty good if you really didn't like it.
It it's something where the lack of iconography bothers me, but overall though the art is still really good. It is very detailed,
Hmm.
and I mean it. You can create your own little headcanon about what it is.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Mountain.
Pretty meh.
Yeah, it's. I think a
It,
lot of the field cards are going to end up in the meh section because
yeah.
it's mountain. It's
Yep.
two mountains
Those.
and
Yep. Those
sky.
are
I mean,
mountains.
it does look pretty good, and the clouds look nice, and the skyline is good. It's two mountains.
Yeah.
Mystical elf.
That's funny. I thought there were more different prints of it, but looks like there's only one version of Miss 12. I mean one.
Um,
I mean, like one image, slightly altered here and there with color and
yeah. I
stuff,
mean,
but
but I mean, the color typically comes from different rarities, and so you go ahead and when they get scanned by fans, that affects the coloring
hmm.
on the
I would
picture.
still. I think I'd give Mystical Elf. Hmm. Is it great or is it just pretty good?
I'd probably just give it a pretty good, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because like the design is interesting, but the actual image itself is pretty boring.
Yeah,
Also, that I just like looked at the proportions. Like looking at the proportions, like her neck is as big as her head, and it's just all her
she
proportions
does
are
have a
all whack.
really long neck. I mean, granted, she is an elf. Maybe that's just how elves are.
Is an elf. That's true. I also don't like that her headdress thing is lopsided. Like it's not even on each
Oh,
side.
you're right. It is.
And it's not like a little bit. It's significantly lopsided. And I don't know if it was designed like that on purpose or just the drawer just accidentally did it. Like whatever. Anyways, so yeah, just a pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There was a trap card that had Mystical Elf on it.
Gift of the
Um,
mystical elf.
is that it?
Pretty sure that's the only trap card I can
Probably.
think of with her. It gives.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I forgot about that card.
Yeah. No one really played it.
Yeah. Why can't increase your life points? Sounds good. Oh yeah, I think I use it in some of my burn decks, but that's about it.
Yeah. It's not a great card.
It's not. All right.
But
Well,
moving on to Mystical Moon.
um, it's the moon.
It is the. But I do want to give them credit for putting in those craters. Like the detail around the craters actually looks really good, but it raises the question: why are there only craters on about half the moon?
Right? Yeah,
It,
and
like
like,
they had this really good thing, and then they just gave up.
right.
So
Yeah.
I want to give this a pretty good because I think the work around the craters is actually really good. I think the lighting is really nice. Even the background looks pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
But then they just gave up halfway through putting craters on.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm thinking meh, maybe pretty good.
Yeah. I would say meh.
Okay. Mystical Sheep number 2. I want to know what
Uh,
happened to Mystical Sheep number 1.
yeah, and also just that there are a lot of problems with this picture in general. First of all, everything. And second of all, like, okay, those horns, if those two horns were supposed, I mean, they're horns, so they're not going to be crazy different sizes, or they shouldn't be. But the
Oh
one that's
yeah.
on, one is way bigger than the other one, and it's the one that's farther away. So it's like
It's not even
that's not,
like a perspective thing.
yeah. It looks like all the pieces were just like cut and paste from different images. Like it looks like this fluffy cloud is just put over some like nasty little rat.
Right?
Uh,
Like cuz like the tail looks very rat-like. I have no idea what's going on with its butt.
right. I never noticed its butt before. What are those coconut butt things? Like
I don't know.
this is
Um
definitely a why or what
yeah.
on earth is
There
this?
there is a Mystical Sheep number 1 that was released later.
Oh,
And it's actually
interesting.
better because it has an effect. So,
Oh.
as far as design goes, I'm showing it on stream real quick. I think it's more of a meh as far as
Oh
design goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
first one, not number 2. Number 2 is still what's going on, but number 1, the
Oh,
horns
okay.
look more proportional.
Oh yeah.
Um
About number
there's
one.
still a weird thing going on like around its butt,
Yeah.
but
But yeah.
I don't know. I would say number 1's probably more of a is a better design.
Uh huh.
So okay, Nemuriko, which was apparently when you translate, apparently Nemuriko is the same as the Japanese name, but when translated, it comes out to sleep child, according to Wikipedia. So take that for what you will.
True. Um, it's just kind of a meh for me. It's just
Yeah,
this mermaid sleeping, and yeah, nothing interesting there at all.
one-eyed shield dragon. I actually think this one looks dope.
It's pretty cool. It looks like it has an enemy in there that it's smacking around,
Oh, oh,
or is that its
n-
tail?
ooh, I'm not sure.
Because if it's its tail, why does it have this like weird tooth head at the bottom?
I don't know. I've never thought about that. I don't know. We'll say it's an enemy.
Yeah.
But
Um,
like it's got cool spikes, it's got the cool armor, it's got the cool helmet.
I love how impractical the armor is on its chest. Like it's a serpent, and so it should be able to like flow and move around, but it has this big flat thing strapped into its inside, and it's just not good. But I think that I like that more about it. I would give it a great. It's pretty awesome, or it's a great. I like it in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I'm giving it a great. That it just looks cool to me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, Petite Angel. I love how because Konami and Upper Deck, when this set released, they were really into the we can't show anything religious, and so they removed its halo.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think it really needs the halo.
Yeah, the Halo makes it way better. Otherwise, just some dopey ball with wings.
Yeah. It honestly looks like one of the like baby Digimon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Um, yeah, I'm not terribly impressed with this. The lighting is pretty cool. Um, but it really does fall flat without the halo for me.
Yeah, I'll agree. Meh, sounds pretty good.
Okay. Petite Dragon. This thing looks like a cat
It does
with
look a little bit like a cat.
the
You're
the
right.
head looks like it's like they took a dragon and then a cat head and put it
Yeah,
on there. It is cute.
it is very cute. I would say pretty good.
Yeah,
It's usually great design, but it's a really cute design at least.
it's got cuteness at least.
It does.
Okay, polymerization.
Hmm.
This is a meh at best for me. I greatly prefer the artwork from the show.
Oh, the two actual. Let me double check. Let me look at that.
So the one in Legend of Blue Eyes is like two orange things swirling around.
Yeah.
Whereas eventually in and from the show we got a version somewhere, maybe. It's not showing up some anywhere for me. Well, we got a different version that just looked better.
Yeah. I can't find it anywhere, but I know what you mean. Where it had just two actual.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Uh, is it the one with like this weird like demon thing, and then the dragon is swirling around it in blue, and then the demon thing's in purple, and shows the card at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's way cooler. Like
Yeah.
that is
I'm pulling it up for anyone watching this. That
that,
artwork is cool.
yeah, that's an easy, great, if not amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's real nice. There's a lot of motion and a lot of everything. But
What
yeah,
we
the other,
got is lazy.
yeah, just like here, let's make two fire things swirling around. Yeah, I'll put that at a meh. I'm with you there.
Like, okay, Pot of Greed.
Um, it's both like for me, it's both great and why at the same time. Uh,
I actually would give this a great.
yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that the design is really, really nice. The colors and like the really creepy, horrifying face.
It's
I like it.
absolutely terrifying,
Yeah.
but it's so well detailed.
Hmm.
Plus, I mean, it's got to be great since no one can figure out what it does, right?
That's true because
It's the
every time.
most complex card in the game.
Oh yeah.
And why do you think they banned it? It's because no one understands it. Okay, Power of Kaishin. Kaishin.
um. At first, I was like, meh. But the more I look at it, it is actually kind of interesting, and it's a little bit more dynamic than other cards. So maybe a pretty good, but I'm okay with a meh.
I would say pretty good because it is a thing where it's not the most exciting card, but it is a very dynamic card with the lighting, and they have the actual light source in the picture
Yeah.
and stuff. And so it is something where it's like, okay, this deserves some recognition.
Yeah.
Okay, Raigeki.
As much as we love you, Raigeki. Um.
I'm not sure if it's a meh or a pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Um.
Like here, let me pull up a picture that's not so sparkly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little better at actually seeing the art.
Hmm. The motion is nice, and the color contrast is nice,
And
but
like the fact that they have the main thunderbolt and then they have like the pieces coming off of it,
yeah,
which is nice.
I'll say pretty good. I think.
Yeah, I mean that's maybe cheating a little bit,
I think
but
it just barely makes it.
yeah. That's it, Dan. Our next stream is going through each rank and ranking them. What's the best pretty good and the worst pretty good? Okay, raise body heat.
I've always liked this one. I think this one, like, I think that it looks really tense, strong, and like there's a lot of deep shadows. And it
I
looks great.
concur. There's only one thing that bothers me about this.
Uh,
What kind of creature is in the artwork?
oh right, I forgot about that. Yeah, that it looks like a fiend, but it's right.
Yeah,
It's
it's
featuring
like a demon,
dinosaurs.
but you equip it to a dinosaur monster.
Yeah,
So it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I agree. The art is actually really cool, really well done. It does not translate well with the effect, though.
yeah. So I don't care. Still either meh or pretty good.
Like, we'll give it the pretty good, but yeah, I just wish it had been a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Ray and temperature.
Right, the name's weird.
Yes, I agree. Considering the
And,
translated name was apparently North Wind and Sun.
yeah, why not do that?
That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah, or even just the wind and the sun. But
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like the art. I think it looks weird.
I think the eyes on the wind is the weirdest part.
That really the whole head of the wind is
Yeah.
just it doesn't feel coherent
Hmm.
with the sun's face.
Yeah, I'd agree there.
Like
I
I'm
kind of like
borderline putting this under what?
just that face. You know what? Yeah, and that weird smile. Yeah, let's just put it in what? Like, what is happening there in that face? Who drew
Yeah.
that?
Reaper of the Cards is next. I actually think this is a dope looking card. Um,
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
the only thing I want to check. Okay, I must have imagined it then. Like maybe it was in the anime, but I could have swore there was like he was supposed to have like a bandolier of cards.
Hmm.
But I think Reaper of the Cards looks dope. He is not good, but he looks dope.
Yeah, he looks pretty nice, and his motion in the picture is really good. Like, it looks like he's just like swinging straight
The
at you.
perspective is good. You know, the scythe is back and it's bent a little. You know, indicating some movement and perspective. I like the glowing face. Like, I would put this at amazing.
I might have to fight you there. I think I'd only put it at great because I think that the design for the character is kind of like a little generic, for my opinion.
Do you not see, like, the cloak swirl?
Yeah. Like so the actual like movement and like I said the but if he wasn't moving at all or wasn't doing anything, he would just be a cloak with hands
And
and
a
freedom
scythe?
and a sight. Right. But it's pretty like
Your
generic
typical
death
Reaper.
thing. Yeah. Hmm. All right, we can put it at amazing. Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll also be able to agree that the next one goes in amazing, but we'll see.
Oh.
Oh, not the next one. I'm
I
sorry.
was like, red medicine, really?
Yes, red medicine is amazing, Dan. Do you not
Like,
see the contours? I will say
Uh,
though, this is actually pretty good art. They did a
It's
really
pretty good.
good job with the glass, in my opinion.
The shape of the glass is pretty interesting. I actually really like the background now I'm looking
The
at it.
background is pretty cool, but like not just the shape of the glass bottle, but also like the way they did the reflections and the light shining off,
Yeah,
making
no, it's
it,
pretty good.
more opaque in certain spots. I actually think this is a pretty good. This is either
Yeah,
pretty good or great.
I would put it pretty good. Yeah, pretty
Like,
good.
okay, this is the Red Eyes Black Dragon, or when it was released, Red Eyes B Dragon.
Meh. Just kidding. So Legend of Blue Eyes. Let's see.
So it's the artwork. It's the original artwork. Let me see. Is the one I have here? No, that one. I have one where they actually spelled out the name, and it's a
Mm,
purple ultra rare, which is really cool. But it's got newer artwork on it.
oh, I see. Yeah,
Um, but like it looks like he's roaring at you, and he's about to
yeah.
charge in. And I don't know. I have always preferred the design of Red Eyes Black Dragon to Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, I totally agree. I can
Um,
agree there.
I feel like Red Eyes is constantly getting gypped. I mean, it's only 2,400 attack and 2,000 defense.
Oh, it's
Like
a garbage monster. Like,
7 stars. Like it should have either been 6 stars or it should have just had the reverse stats of Blue Eyes, in my opinion.
yeah, that's true. That would have been really nice.
Because they're supposed to be like, or at least I imagine them as being these rival dragons.
Yeah,
But I think it deserves an amazing.
yeah, I totally agree. Definitely one of the
Um,
prettiest.
okay, everyone's favorite card, Remove Trap. This is clearly an amazing. I don't think we have to talk about why.
It's just, it's like, why is there smoke there?
Yeah, like I get the whole the trap is broken thing. We've got the claws or whatever you want to call them torn apart and damaged, but yeah, why is there smoke?
Right. It's silly.
I'm good with meh.
Yeah, definitely a meh.
Right arm of the Forbidden One.
Wherever we put the other ones, also, I would just put this one.
Yeah, I mean we gave it pretty good,
Yeah,
and I think the right arm is also going to be pretty good. What about the right
yeah.
leg?
Um, did we also give that pretty good, or did we give that a meh?
We gave the leg a meh.
Yeah, I could see that where it's just like, this is a leg.
Arms are more interesting.
They are more interesting.
Root water.
Hmm.
Like I can kind of appreciate the design of this. I think the name is stupid. Um,
Yeah.
I don't understand the weird like beard tentacle thing.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the two that like come out to the side, but then there's the one in the middle of the chin that comes out.
Yeah. It looks
And
more like a
it's a lot
tongue.
thicker and stuff. Yeah, it looks like a tongue, but it's not coming from the mouth.
Yeah.
And that's weird.
Yeah. Probably just a meh. It's just like, okay. Yeah. Also has a lot of ribs and some pretty heavy pecs. It's,
I
why do
attribute those to being fish, though, to it being like a fish-like creature.
I guess the ribs make sense, but why does it
Yeah.
have pecs?
Well, it's humanoid to some degree, I guess.
Like, that's true.
Ah, it's a meh. Sandstone is next.
I would give this a pretty good because I like the design of the weird monster and like the ground breaking up. I would say it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's a terrible card though,
Oh, yeah, real
but
bad.
yeah, it is pretty good. Silver bow and arrow.
Meh.
Yeah, I
But
never noticed like the little wings on the end of the bow
yeah, but it doesn't
before.
help at all.
No. There is some nice motion though,
hmm
but it's meh. You're right. Not to mention the fact that it's silver bow and arrow, and that bow does not look very silver.
Right? Where's the silver?
The arrow looks silver.
Right,
Speaking
then
of
it should be
silver, Silver Fang.
silver fang.
I actually think this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty good. It's definitely not anything above that, but yeah, I'll give it pretty good. It's a well like placed picture, and like the background's nice. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I think I would have preferred a bit more play with the light. And it's
yeah.
weird because like the light looks like it's coming down from upper left, but the moon is behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, wait. And like I understand why they put the moon behind him and why they did the light that way, but it creates a disconnect.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
So yeah, I think pretty good is very solid there. Okay. One of the best cards in the set, and I'm not being facetious or anything this time. One of the best cards in the set was Skull Red Bird.
Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty cool looking card. Like I would put it great. I don't know about amazing, but definitely
No,
great.
I wouldn't either. I would say though I do like the blade. The feathers look like blades, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, it says with a rain of knives stored in its wings. So apparently it flies with knives. It's got a skull there. The bird itself looks cool. I think that's a great.
Yeah, I
It also
agree.
looks very majestic
Yeah.
and punk rock.
Uh-huh. The hairdo and the choker.
Hairdo, the choker, the eyeshadow.
True.
Now we're on to Skull Servant.
Um Good job for putting a skeleton in some
In a
ropes.
rope. Yeah. This is a meh for me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, Dan, your favorite one. We're finally there.
Oh yeah.
Sojen,
Sojin.
which apparently translated is grassland. Why we
Ooh,
couldn't
wow.
get grassland?
Yeah, what's this weird? I mean, I guess it's just based off of the Japanese word, but yeah, no, it's silly. Probably just a big old mess of meh for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's not bad at all. It's just okay.
I mean, we all remember running Windows 10. We don't need to be or Windows XP. We don't need to constantly see the background anymore.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Okay, what about Sparks?
Mm, that's just a meh for me too. Like even though the motion and the fire looks nice, it's just
There's nothing
there's
going
nothing there.
on,
Yeah, like other traps or magic cards like involve minions or other things like that, or
or just
but
look better.
yeah.
Spike Cedra.
That's meh. It just has
Yeah,
a weird mullet, and why?
it's got the weird hair. It's got like I don't know. There's just so much about it that I'm like, I guess that's cool.
Yeah, who cares about you? Nobody cares, Spike Seedra. Go home.
Spirit of the Harp.
I like this one. I would put this one pretty good, but
Yeah. Defend.
um, it's cool to see the character like a monster doing something actually. Like she's like totally playing a harp. Her dress is real boring, just a yellow dress thing, but at least it has some weird blue earpiece and a nice headband. Yeah, like for me, it barely hits pretty good. If you want to do meh, yeah, I'm fine with that.
We'll give it the pretty good. Okay, Steel Ogre Grotto #1. I'd say this is pretty good.
It's pretty good. Mm,
The background helps it feel more dynamic.
I really like the middle pecs, like these giant metal, like what are those rectangular boobs coming out? It's weird, but I like it.
But yeah, I think pretty good is...
Yeah, it's fine for that.
Stop defense. Pretty simple,
Yeah, I
but
would almost put.
effective.
Yeah, so what are you thinking?
I could see going pretty good.
Yeah, the actual design of the character that's underneath the stopping is pretty cool. It is nice,
Yeah.
but
And then there's just a giant X thrown on.
yeah, yeah, we'll just. What are you thinking? A meh or pretty good?
I'm thinking pretty good. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Succubus Knight.
Um, well, looking at this one, it was definitely censored for sure. I'm
Yep.
assuming.
The top part of the leotard
Hmm.
was not originally there. You can kind of tell.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Have you seen it otherwise? Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
And not only is the top missing, but they make her one busty gal.
I'm not terribly surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, this site
Even
isn't
then,
pulling it
like,
up. Let's see.
e-
Succubus Knight OCG.
either either
Yep.
design, it's 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 mad. Just like it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't
Yeah.
do much for me. Maybe
It's
pretty
weird
good.
because the multiple hands thing just make me think she's like a spider lady.
Yeah. Also, like
But that's not what a succubus is.
yeah.
Like, I want to give it more, but I feel like it really is just a meh.
Yeah, this is a man. We'll take into account that it's a 5-star 1650 attack also, and just
Yeah.
throw it in there.
Swords of Revealing Light.
um,
I'd give it a pretty good.
yeah, it's just a pretty good. It's definitely not great. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Terra the Terrible. So this is Shrek Light. Um,
hmm.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's still just kind of a maybe a pretty good, but probably a meh.
Yeah, like
Where
I
you?
want to give it the pretty good, but I just feel like I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's
Yeah.
not enough there.
No, I agree. It looks like a background character in a fantasy movie.
Yeah,
Like,
and one that you don't care about.
yeah.
Like there's some background characters where you're like, "Oh, that person looks dope." That is
Right.
not, or you go, "Oh, I want to know their story." Terror the Terrible is not one of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The 13th Grave.
Meh. Who cares? It is a little like interesting and kind of more like scary, or like it looks like it's doing a little bit more than the other one, but still just a pretty a meh for me. What are you thinking?
Um, I don't. I kind of like the like radiant light. and
Mhm.
it looks like he's screaming.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I'm okay. It's pretty good.
I'd give it a pretty good. I wouldn't go above pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Plus, I feel like there was more detail in the skeleton.
Mm.
The Furious Sea King with all the abs.
Oh my gosh, so many abs.
His design's pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I would give it a pretty good, easily a pretty good. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think pretty good.
Yeah,
A little bit more could have gotten him to great, but
but overall, pretty
yeah.
good, pretty good.
Okay, Trap Hole.
I think that is a great, because it shows the desperation of the monster, and it looks scary. Yeah, I think it does the job really really well.
Okay, sounds good. Great it is. I've got really nothing to go one way or the other. I do appreciate actually the lens flare
Yeah.
that they added. That's a nice little detail. Okay, Trihorn Dragon.
Um, I I particularly do like it. It's always a little too spiky, but it's fun.
Is there such a thing as too spiky?
It's true.
Um, I really like Trihorn Dragon. My one complaint is the background. Um,
Yeah, why
it's
not make it a
it's an
different
okay
color?
design, but the color matches the dragon too much.
Oh yeah.
And so it's really easy to just have them blend in.
Uh,
Um, so I mean, I'm a little torn between amazing and great.
I would be okay. I think great would be better, just because there's that. It has its underbite is really, really like if it closes its mouth, looking from here, like it looks like it's his top jaw is half the size of his bottom jaw. So I'm okay with a great.
Yeah, I don't mind the underbite. It actually really helps with his menacing look.
True, I can see that.
But it's just the fact that it's so easy to lose track of where the dragon is and where the background is.
Yeah,
Other than that, though, I think it's amazing.
yeah. Well, I'm with you.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Trial of Nightmare?
I think it's pretty good. It is quite a disturbing and pulls no punches kind of. I think it's fun.
I do think that we are missing some. The Japanese version doesn't have the glowing red eyes, but it does have
Mm.
blood spurting everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I'm okay with the pretty good. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think pretty good. I think the lighting looks good. I mean, the design of that sword hilt and handle is very well done. I
Hmm.
do wish there was more with the coffin itself.
Yeah, I could agree there. Like a
Um,
fancier, nicer
it
one.
like the for how cool the sword looks, the coffin just looks so boring by comparison. And I
Yeah.
guess like the coffin is just supposed to be a coffin and not part of the monster. But the way that it's designed, it looks like the coffin is part of the monster.
Right. Yeah. No, it's definitely just a pretty good.
Yeah. Tripwire Beast.
Mm, man, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's an interesting idea, but the execution I would give a meh.
Yeah.
Um, Now, apparently, the translated name is supposed to be Landmine Beast, which I think
Ooh.
makes more sense.
Yeah, that's true.
but with the name Tripwire Beast, eh.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they changed the name for, violence or whatever.
Right.
Okay, Turtle Tiger.
This is an amazing. I think that it's a fun, over the top kind of picture. Good angle, good art.
Okay,
Either amazing or great.
okay. The one thing that I do have a problem with is it doesn't look very tigery. Like there's no
That's
stripes.
true.
For me, the stripes are what separate a tiger from other cats.
That's true. I thought that the on the arm those were stripes, but those are just like muscle lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
So
put a gray. I think.
okay, I can give it a great. I mean, then again, we gave Beaver Warrior an amazing, and it looks nothing like a beaver.
Yeah, the Beaver Warrior is cool.
It's named Louise. It has a name,
Yeah.
and people are trying to silence her. Okay, Two Mouth Dark Ruler.
Um. There's a lot of what and why, but also it's pretty cool.
It
Like
is. I want to know why the chicken feet.
there's chicken feet, there's a giant horn, there's a second mouth coming out of its neck.
I'm okay with the second mouth. I'm okay with the
Oh,
horn.
oh,
Why
I
the
love
chicken
it.
feet?
Yeah, no, well, I love it. I think it's great. So yeah, I don't know. I would give it a nice, solid, great.
I can agree on great. I can agree on great.
The chicken
I
feet add to its weirdness.
I also really like the background of the card, like the lightning and the dark purple clouds, maybe.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Like, but that works so well with the actual monster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two pronged attack. Um, Personally, I think the art is okay, but I don't know. Like, I get a little confused by what's going on in it. They're both trying to grab something.
Oh, I thought they were combining them power to kill
Oh,
one
is
of them.
that what it is?
Yeah, because I mean that goes along with the card itself.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. I do kind of wish that the hands were shaped where like each one was half a heart.
Oh, I see what you mean. I actually like. I really like this card because I think the detail in the hands is really cool. Like the armor on the yellow one, and then like the cell. Reminds you of the cell on the
Mm-hmm.
right. I'm okay giving it like just a pretty good.
Oh yeah, I can go with pretty good. I wish that there was a little bit more dynamic lighting on the armor hand.
Yeah, for
Like I
sure.
feel like there's more shading and darkness and lighting on the more grisly hand, the more monstrous hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
Tyhone.
What is that?
I don't know. I actually like the design.
I like it, but what is happening? Is
I think it has something. It reminds me of like the Deku shrubs from Zelda.
yeah.
Um, I do wish the eye was a different color,
Right. For sure.
but I don't know.
Uh,
Overall, I would actually give this a pretty good.
yeah. Yeah. Pretty good's fine.
And I know there's a second one of it that's like red that has a much more dynamic pose. I think.
Oh.
Okay, Umi.
Um. That's a. It's actually for being water. I like the angle that it's at,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just a meh.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you say this deserves more than a meh, Mountain deserves more than a meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eurobeat. Irby.
Uraby, whatever. Apparently, the translated name was Wild Raptor, which is kind of funny
Oh.
because it doesn't really look like a raptor. Um,
Yeah.
it does remind me of Dinobot, though, from Beast Wars.
Oh yeah. Um, I would say maybe just a meh, maybe a
Yeah,
pretty good.
I I'm trying to figure out how to get it to the pretty good, and I can't quite get there.
Yeah, it just like looks intimidating and kind of cool,
Yeah.
but it's just a meh. Yeah, meh.
It's so close to being pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, Vile Germs. There's actually something about this card that's kind of cute.
Oh yeah, I would put this at pretty good, mostly just because one of them's jumping over the other ones. So I'll give it pretty good.
Okay. Violet Crystal.
Eh, meh.
Yeah, nothing
What are you
special.
thinking?
It looks
Yeah.
fine, but okay, Wasteland.
Okay, this is even more of a meh. It's not even like a pretty area. Now it's just a bunch of dirt.
Witty Phantom.
I kind of like him. I think he's pretty good or great. I think his design is really nice.
I'd give him a pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't see enough to give him that great, but he
Yeah,
is interesting.
yeah, I'm gonna give it pretty
He's
good.
clearly Michael Jackson.
He is. That's true. All right, and
Okay,
Yami.
Yami.
I'm okay with giving that a, just, even though it's just all black with some purple. At least it's a little bit more interesting and original because it's just like this dark void. So maybe a pretty good, but I'm okay if you just want a meh.
I think it's a meh. I think
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I don't think it's really all that interesting. I think it's weird. Like it's got like I think these are supposed to be clouds along the bottom, like the pink and purple clouds,
Uh,
but they also just look like ridges of like rocks or something. It I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Yami,
yeah, that's fine. That sounds
but
good.
and there you go. That's I'm gonna
So, what was our amazing list?
okay, let me here we go. So that everyone at home can see. And I'm gonna post this on Facebook, on my personal Facebook and my personal Twitter as
Nice.
well. With the I don't know what's a good hashtag for this.
I don't know, Legend of Blue Eyes ranking
Um, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh
or
Art
LOB.
Critic or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Just
there you go. Something like that.
I'll look for the hashtag like hashtag LOB Art. That's a simple hashtag that people can look for. LOB Art, hashtag LOB Art. And yeah, so we've got 8 cards made it to amazing.
Not bad. Not
Um,
bad.
8 cards out of 126.
Wah
So
wah.
that is roughly 6%
Oh, it's
of the
not,
pack made it there. So
not
that's pretty
terrible.
cool. We then had about 16, 21 that made it to great. I'm not even gonna count the pretty good and the meh.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the what would be, what is that, 12? There were 12 that we were just, what is going on?
Yeah.
So the amazing were Louise, Curse of
Nice.
Dragon, uh, Exodia the Forbidden One, Flame Swordsman, Gaia the Fierce Knight, Laser Cannon Armor, Reaper of the Cards, which I had to fight Dan tooth and nail on, and Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Yeah, it's a pretty good list. I think everything looks pretty good. I don't think I would change anything.
Yeah, I am surprised at some of these cards. I am still surprised at how we rank some of these cards, like Fusionist, King Fog. What are they doing at great?
They're pretty cool looking.
Right? No, like I agree, they do look great, but like how?
Right.
Also, I do think there's some really cool synergy between Trap Hole and Fissure. If you look at it, it looks like Fissure is the monster from Trap Hole trying to climb out.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm pretty sure that monster is just a horned imp, but maybe I'm wrong.
Hmm.
Um, all the field spells and almost all the equip cards made it in meh. A couple escaped though and did get to pretty good. Um, I still find it funny. Curse of Dragon and Gaia both made it to amazing, but Gaia the Dragon Champion was only pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, Likewise, I mean we've got M Warrior number 2 made pretty good, and then Carbonala Warrior and M Knight number 1 both made it only to meh.
Yeah. A Carbonell Warrior is so boring.
Like this was interesting, and I think I do want to continue the series, but I think like we've talked about at the beginning, I think we've got to just change it up to just like the rares or something.
Yeah, just rares and up.
Like let's see here real quick. I'm gonna jump over to Metal Raiders real quick. It'll tell me, should tell me the breakdown. There we go. Yeah, no, there are 144 cards in Metal Raiders.
Oh my
A
gosh.
hundred of those are common.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if we do the rares, we can fit that all in one stream, and I don't think we're gonna miss out on too much. We might,
Yeah.
we'll probably, I mean, we'll miss out on some like Feral Imp, but I mean, Dan and I, we can go through beforehand and kind of pick out some of our favorites to bring
Yeah. You
down.
like best and the worst. Like, what is this common card?
Yeah, and so like I mean we've got some iconic ones though like Feral Imp, Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, which I feel like we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Harpy Lady, we've got to talk about. But there are so many common cards that we don't need to talk about.
Yeah. I agree.
So I think next time we'll definitely be able to shrink it down quite a bit and get it done. But I'm excited. I
Yeah, it'd
think
be
this
lots
will
of
be
fun.
fun. And so next week we've got Invasion of Chaos. Is the set, if I'm remembering right? Yes, Invasion of Chaos is next week's duels. That's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna hate Dan.
Don't hate
Uh,
me too much.
oh, you know why I'm gonna hate you. Um, yeah, Invasion of Chaos that brought about Chaos monsters, which were all summoned by banishing a light and a dark from your graveyard in order to special summon them. It also brought about the first ever banned cards like Chaos Emperor Dragon. Um,
No.
so I don't know. I don't know that they'll be banned next week. I think it was a thing where they released it, and then they were banned the following format.
I'm sure that they at least let them
Play for
exist for
one
one
round.
season. Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I'm gonna get pissed at Dan as he pulls out Chaos Emperor Dragon.
Well,
So you know,
good stuff.
Invasion of Chaos. Trying to remember what else it brought besides just Chaos monsters, but we'll figure that out. I think Chaos monsters really were just the big thing for them. As
Oh
I'm
yeah.
looking through it, like that was just a big thing. There were a few other cool cards in there though, but so tune in next week for the Invasion of Chaos duels and let us know how you would rank your monsters, your monster art cards for Legend of Blue Eyes, and if there's any other content that you want us to be going on about. Should we start up talking about the different monster names? Should we just only do art still? What should we do?
Pretty.
How should when should Konami re-release Beaver Warrior named Louise?
True.
We know they're willing to change names. They just changed Red Eyes Black Dragon to be Red Eyes Black Dragon instead of Red Eyes B Dragon. When are we getting Louise Konami?
Luis.
So with that, everyone take care, stay safe, stay kind.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks for watching.